Right chaps, so this is the lesson on cover and positions. So what we're going to do is use the terrain that we've got and find the best positions for using the rangefinder. Because what you'll find is because the rangefinder, because the instrument is a straight line, we need to think really hard about how we conceal that. We also need to make sure we have both windows visible at all times. So the ground won't always be our friends in preparing that, and we just have to make sure that we use the ground to best effect. So if you want to get the so I've got yours here, Private Fisher. I'll use it for demonstrations, and you can have it back shortly. But what we'll do is we've also got the two different types of stands with us, so they'll vary. But there's several ways of holding the rangefinder, and you've already been using basically when we've been out in the field practicing our ranges at the end of stages. You've been lying down. It's been in the prone position, and that's great. That works well. But there's some others, and because we've got our respirators on our chests, we can use a sitting position. Let me demonstrate. Here you can use a sitting position, especially if you've got this with our knees to provide stability for the instrument. You can start to use that. That's very much depending on your how stable you are as a platform. If we stand up, and we'll do some of this in a moment, but let's say we need to make sure that both of these lenses, both of the eyepiece, both of the windows are visible at all times. So if you have prone, if you're in the prone position, we're in quite long grass here. We might get some of that interrupted by the grass. You need to make sure that's clear, but the majority of the instrument has to be camouflaged. So what you do, if you get the get your instruments out and set up on their tripods, then we will look at some of the different positions that you can get into, and somebody can stand out the front and see how easy you are to spot. Okay, so Private Fisher, there you go.
Thanks, Dad.
You need to be able to get your helmet down. You need to be sit. Remember what we were saying about what affects accuracy in terms of your comfort affects accuracy as well. Might be sat far too low there, Private Riley. You'll need to make sure that you can use the ground effectively. How does that work, Private Fisher?
Works very well, actually. There's a very slight bit of one of those there, but...
Well, depending on the zoom, so what you might have to do is go and clear that. So you get in your position, get in your position, Private Riley. If you want to move along to different parts of the ground, because you really want to be able to space out anyway. You've got yours rested on your legs there, have you? Yeah? You need to just get up a little bit, okay? Right, let me take a walk out front and see whether I can see you or not. Okay, so you've all picked alternative positions. Let's take a look. So Private Riley, just stick your hand up in the air. There we go, excellent, good. So we can just see the right hand window, the right end of the instrument. But can you see me through both windows?
Yeah.
Excellent. So you've got some foliage in the way, but that's really really quite well hidden. Apart from just skylining that right end of the instrument a little bit. That would, beyond 400 yards you wouldn't be seeing it, but you'd have to consider what ranges you are working at in that position. Private Fisher, just stick your hand up, wave it a little bit, there we go. So I can just see the top line of your instrument. Now I'm moving down here, I can see your helmet, but can you see both out of both windows?
Yep, a little bit of foliage in the right one, but I can still see.
Okay, so we've got to be wary about how that would affect your accuracy. You want really good clear lines. It may be that you just move forward, break that little bit of foliage off and do anything. But excellent. Now, if you go down to the woods today, you're sure to find Private Brown. Where is he? Hand up. Oh, okay. You've gone in that. So let's see. Can you see me?
Yeah. Well.
Through both windows?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, I can't see you. Stick your hand up again. There we are. Okay, so that's a great position on the back side of the slope there. I can't see a top line of anything, but I can just see the top of your helmet. Yeah, again, you sort of consider your own personal camouflage and concealment in doing this, as well as the instrument. But excellent, well done. So what we'll do is we'll just have a look at a couple of the other alternative holds and positions then as we do it. But what I'll do first, if you stay in position, I'm just going to walk down to see where you are. So all remember where your detritus is. So there are your covers and your rifle, not far away. So okay, excellent. You've got good vision on the backside of this this terrain here. Well done, Private Fisher. And then up and around. Good stood up position. Okay, using the knee bracing there. Excellent, Private Riley. Well done. Yeah, again, you'd have to think about your fatigue. So if you're spending 10 to 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes taking these ranges, you probably want to be doing this with an assistant so they can take the notes for you as well, so you don't have to move the instrument between ranges. And then behind me then is Private Brown. Excellent. So again, is that rested on the terrain, on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you let go of the instrument and see what? Yeah. Okay. So it's going to wobble and it's going to move. So you'd probably want an assistant to take your ranges for you in this case, but otherwise, that's somewhere you can spend 20 minutes and take ranges from. So good stuff. Okay, let's take a look at some of the other positions that we'd be using. So if you're stood up, the advantage of the box respirator with the short stand is actually, you can do this with the longer stand as well, it's just slightly more cumbersome, but you can use that to rest as well. So you can then stand there and take your ranges stood up, which if you're in a trench, dugout, slit trench or whatever, may well be the best. Or if you're not necessarily needing to be behind cover, but you just want a good line of sight, you need some high altitude or higher altitude. If you remember taking ranges in rain or shimmer, we wanted to get up off the ground in warm weather, so this is enough. We talked about having it on a vehicle. This should be enough to take ranges more accurately and consistently as well. So you can rest it on there. If we weren't wearing the box respirator, we'd basically just turn everything in and turn the instrument round, get these bits as far under our arms as possible and lean forward that little bit more so that we can then use this to take ranges. It will be, depending on your breath, breathing in and out will upset your aim to the object. So you maybe you'll have to think about what ranges you're taking at what point of your breathing cycle. But that's the main one there, and will work well for you in different periods of cover. All understood?
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. Please support us on Patreon if you're able to, and let us know of anything you'd like to see in the future. I look forward to hearing from you.